All right. Today, we're diving into a book that really promises to flip the script on how we experience life. Inner Engineering, A Yogi's Guide to Joy by the one and only Sadhguru.
So let me ask you, have you ever felt like you're not really in the driver's seat of your own life? Well, Sadhguru's Inner Engineering is basically a roadmap to take back the controls. And the secret isn't changing the world outside. It's about transforming the world inside. So let's explore how. So here's our game plan. We're going to walk through Sadhguru's 5-part process. We'll kick things off with the fundamental mechanics of life, then we'll get into engineering the body, and after that, understanding the mind. From there, we'll explore life's energy, and finally, we'll wrap up with a practical guide to transformation.
Okay, let's jump right into Part 1, the mechanics of life. Right off the bat, Sadhguru challenges us to question everything we think we know about reality. He basically argues that what our senses tell us isn't the whole truth, it's just one interpretation. And that simple idea, well, that sets the stage for the whole journey inward.
You know, we spend so much of our time and energy trying to fix everything on the outside, our jobs, our homes, our relationships. But Sadhguru brings us back to this one fundamental truth. Life is an inner experience. What that means is the real work, the real engineering has to happen on the inside. He presents spirituality not as some belief system, but as a kind of technology, a toolkit for finding joy and clarity within yourself.
So what about destiny and karma? Is it all just predetermined? Well, Sadhguru offers a completely different take. He redefines karma not as some cosmic report card, but simply as memory. It's all the accumulated stuff from our past that shapes how we act today, usually without us even realizing it. And here's the part that is so incredibly empowering. Karma isn't a life sentence. It's not set in stone. The moment you bring awareness to it, you can start to break the cycle. The message here is crystal clear. If you learn to consciously handle your own thoughts and emotions, you become the architect of your own destiny.
Okay, so how do we actually get this inner alignment? Well, that brings us to the core concept of the book, yoga. But listen, we're not just talking about physical postures here. Sadhguru defines yoga in its original, truest sense, union. It's the science of getting your body, your mind, and your energy all on the same page, working as one. It's a technology for going beyond your own limitations. Now, in Part 2, we're focusing on engineering the body. Sadhguru sees our body as the most tangible, most direct doorway to transformation. You see, it's not just a physical thing. It's a living history book that holds all of our memories and habits.
And this idea of inner engineering extends to something we do every day, eating. Food isn't just fuel. Sadhguru explains it as a form of life energy, or prana. He breaks food down into 3 categories based on how they affect that energy. Some foods boost it, some drain it, and others are just neutral. This isn't about some fad diet. It's about making conscious choices to fuel your inner well-being.
Now let's talk about a tool you have with you every single moment of every single day, your breath. Sadhguru calls it the bridge between your body and your mind. And just think about it for a second. When you're angry, your breath gets short and choppy. When you're calm, it's slow and deep. See? Your breath is literally a remote control for your inner state. If you consciously change how you breathe, you can change how you feel. It's that direct. Part 3 takes us into what's probably the trickiest territory of all, understanding the mind. I mean, our minds are incredible tools, right? They're capable of so much. But Sadhguru asks this critical question. Are you using your mind, or is your mind using you? For most of us, if we're being honest, it's the second one.
So he breaks the mind down into these 4 key layers. The real game changer, though, is when we learn to just take a step back and watch these layers do their thing, instead of getting completely tangled up in them. I mean, what if you aren't your thoughts? What if you're just the one watching your thoughts? That tiny shift from being identified with your mind to just observing it, that's where true freedom begins.
Our world today, it worships the intellect. We analyze everything to death, but the intellect is like a knife. It can cut a flower into a million pieces to understand it, but it can never, ever experience the beauty of the flower. It's crucial for survival, no doubt, but for true joy, we have to learn to tap into other kinds of intelligence.
And this all leads to a really profound realization. Our suffering isn't caused by what happens to us. It's caused by how we process it inside. Sadhguru argues that joy, it isn't something you go out and achieve. It's our default state, our factory setting. When we just learn to manage our inner world,
Joy is what naturally comes to the surface.
In Part 4, we go a level deeper into the play of life's energy. According to yogic science, absolutely everything, your thoughts, your health, your emotions, it's all just a manifestation of one fundamental life energy, what's known as prana.
So we usually think of ourselves as just this physical body, right? But Sadhguru explains that there is another, more subtle layer, the energy body. And this system is what's really running the show, determining how we think, feel, and act. When your energy is flowing freely, life just feels easy and vibrant. When it gets blocked or tangled up, everything feels like a struggle.
And this brings us right back to that central theme of joy. The key takeaway is so simple but so powerful. Joy isn't something you have to chase or buy or achieve. It's something you simply uncover. By aligning your body, mind, and energy, joy stops being a goal and just becomes your natural way of being.
And finally, that brings us to Part 5, a guide to transformation. Okay, we get the theory, we understand the mechanics. Now, how do we actually do it? This section is all about the practical tools for creating a joyful life.
Now, one of the first tools he mentions is a guru, but he completely demystifies the whole concept. A guru isn't someone you worship. A guru is a tool. Think of them as a mirror or a catalyst, a device that helps you see your own blind spots, the things you could never see on your own.
And here are the tools you can start using yourself. Awareness, your breath, your posture, meditation. The beauty of Sadhguru's approach is that it isn't about blind faith. It's scientific. He basically says, don't just believe me, try these technologies for yourself. Experiment and see the results in your own life.
Ultimately, the entire book is a powerful invitation. Because inner engineering isn't just a cool concept you read about and then forget. It has to be a lived experience. It's not about just understanding it with your intellect. It's about taking that first step, whatever it is for you, and actually getting a taste of the joy that's already waiting inside you.
So what's the ultimate message of inner engineering? Really, it's a user's manual for being human, blending timeless wisdom with practical modern tools. And the core promise is this: if you truly learn to engineer your own inner world, joy stops being something you have to search for. It just becomes your natural state of being.
And that's our look at Sadhguru's inner engineering. If this was helpful, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. So I'll leave you with this one thought. What's one small step you can take today to start engineering your own inner world?